Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Lindsay and you're watching my channel, A Sight to See. Ever since, I'd say high school, I've had pretty terrible social anxiety. I would take failing grades on presentation projects in school and spend most of my time behind a computer, which led to me being a pretty decent editor, but a terrible spokesperson. And to be honest, at first, I didn't even want to be a vlogger. I wanted to be somebody's camera girl and editor and follow somebody else on their adventures and basically capture and produce quality content for somebody else. But for somebody who's bad at social interactions, networking was never easy for me. Especially when needing to find somebody with a strong vlogging personality who I could convince to do this. It wasn't going to happen, so I had to take on the role myself. If you've been with me since the beginning, you know that my first 27 vlogs have a friend in there with me. I couldn't do it alone. It was too intimidating. I needed somebody who I could bounce my ideas off of. Somebody who could stand next to me so I wouldn't feel like I looked stupid. It was frustrating, always needing to have a friend to rely on when I wanted to go and film something, especially when my best friend moved 7 states away from me. The day that I learned she was moving was hard on me. We were going to move to Colorado together and make a bunch of vlogs together. I didn't know what to do initially, but about 10 minutes after she told me, I excused myself to the bathroom and I looked at myself in the mirror. I was having an anxiety attack, and anyone who's ever had an anxiety attack before knows that you think differently when you're having one. But this anxiety attack wasn't filled with sadness or rage. I completely understood her. That's my best friend, and I want her to go and live out her dream, and she had to do what she wanted to do, so I needed to do what I want to do, alone. So what was my dream? To see and capture the world. It always has been, and it always will be. And if I wanted the satisfaction of accomplishing my dreams, I had to get over doing it alone. It was the only way. So I went back to the table and I told her, I am going to travel the world alone. And once I say I'm gonna do something, I don't stop until I do it. And even though that I might have said that in a moment of spontaneousness due to my anxiety attack, I knew I had to follow through with it. I never wanted to be labeled as fake or a liar. And it was truly what I wanted to do. I just get scared sometimes, as we all do. So that was when I started planning my 5-month-long backpacking trip. Now, for the most part, planning it was easy. I love doing research, I love finding cheap places to travel, I love making itineraries. That wasn't the anxiety-inducing part. I was still behind my computer. It wasn't until I said goodbye to everyone I knew and had my one-way plane ticket in my hand and got on that plane that the anxiety really kicked in. Let me start off with a few behind-the-scenes clips of how bad my anxiety really was.
So basically all I have to do... Sorry. And we're going to be doing some exploring around here today.
Do you want to... Wait, hold on. Let's do it again, but don't you need to talk louder? You always tell me to talk louder.
You want to talk to him?
No, I'm just like...
No, you talk.
I did as best as I could.
You're probably thinking that that was painful to watch. Lindsay, why would you do that to yourself? And well, just like I've seen with most things in life, if you continuously work towards something, you will improve in it no matter what. These are a few tips that helped me slowly but surely get out of that phase in my life. First off, the hardest part of vlogging is having people watching you. I have 2 cameras that I vlog with. One is a GoPro Hero 7, which is small and not very noticeable, but if you're holding it on a selfie stick pointed at your face, people are still going to watch you and wonder what you're doing. Humans are just curious by nature. And my Canon M50 with a Rode mic, which is heavy enough for my arm to hurt after a while, after holding it pointed at my face for so long. The Canon produces better quality, which is what I want, but it also attracts a lot more attention. I get looked at weirdly enough for my blue hair and tattoo, so if I'm standing in the middle of the street, talking loudly enough for my mic to be able to pick it up, people are definitely going to stare at me. Which unfortunately resulted in me not using my Canon as much as I wanted to and just sticking to my GoPro because I felt less anxious. But here's the tip, fellow anxiety-ridden YouTubers. Those people don't know if you have 2 subscribers or 2 million subscribers. They don't know you. Think about it. If you're walking down the street and you see someone confidently and loudly speaking into a camera, you're not gonna think, wow, they're an idiot. You're going to think that that person probably has a pretty reputable following. 2 important sayings really play a part here. Confidence is key, and fake it till you make it. And I know what you're thinking, Lindsay, I have anxiety. I don't have confidence. Well, believe it or not, neither did I. 0 confidence in myself of being a good vlogger. And I might not have a huge following, and I might never make a single dollar off YouTube, but I faked having confidence for so long that at some point, I wasn't faking anymore. And breaking off pieces of my anxiety will always be more valuable to me than money or a subscriber count ever could be. Because it helped me become a better person at the end of the day. I realized that all the thoughts I had in my head of me sounding stupid were just my anxiety. It was all made up. none of it was there. And on the off chance that somebody did think that I looked stupid filming in the middle of the street, they're probably just judging me because they can't do what I'm doing. Because if they could, they wouldn't be judging me. And that took me a really long time to learn, but it's the truth. I went from basically hiding in empty alleyways in Dublin to dancing in circles on top of a mountain in Switzerland to get the shot that I wanted. And I would say that that was probably the difference in 2 months of vlogging every day. And do you think even one person who was on the mountain with me that day remembers the girl with blue hair that was spinning in circles in front of her camera? No, they don't. And do you know how sad I would be if I didn't have these shots and pictures to remember that place by? If I let what other people thought of me get in the way of my dream of capturing the world, would I have been able to do any of this?
Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome to Oktoberfest! That water is so blue, guys, and it's not like the type of blue that like Switzerland had. It's like a more like deep, like rich blue. Oh my god, there's cows.
Raina, ready?
It wouldn't have happened if I didn't shut those people out. I even used to pretend that there was like a glass wall around me that people couldn't hear what I was saying through. And it was just in my head, but it helped me. I would stare into my lens the way that people look at the love of their life, and I would see nothing else. It's just you and me here. Not a street filled with people. No one else mattered. In film, there's a lot of different paths you can take. You can be yourself, or you could play a character. And if playing a character is what you need to do to feel confident, then do it. Be anyone. Carry yourself the way one would if they were a millionaire with millions of subscribers. No one but you and your close friends and family would know otherwise. And I'm not saying to lie to people, but just keep that persona in your head. I have always looked up in awe at confident people, the kinds of people who could talk to a room full of people. My best friends are crazy and confident, and I love that about them because when I would film with them, they would bring that confidence out of me. I always try to surround myself with confident people because it rubs off on me. Even in dating, I've always gone for people who are the opposite of me because if I'm around somebody who has anxiety, that brings my anxiety out. But if I'm around people who are confident, then that brings out my confidence. So another tip I have is to surround yourself with the type of people who you desire to be like. If you surround yourself with a group of friends who do nothing more but stay inside and drink and do drugs and complain, then that's what you're gonna do. If you surround yourself with people who are always aspiring to be their best selves and go out and chase their dreams, that's what you're gonna do. Humans are kind of like sponges. We absorb the qualities from the people that we spend the most time with. At the end of the day, anyone can be a confident vlogger. It might take months or years, but if you want it as badly as I did, you can work your way up to that. I've been vlogging for almost 2 years now, and it took a good portion of that time to be as confident as I am today. It takes a lot of working through it in your head, but I promise it's worth it. And even if nobody else believes in you, I do. My inbox and comment section are always open, so if there's any more advice that I can give or questions you have for me, please don't hesitate to ask. I hope you think of this video the next time you're vlogging, and I will catch you guys on the next one.